Theater has been an important part in my life for, I guess, forever. My mother used to take me to the theater when I was a small child, and I just loved it so much that I decided that I wanted to do it for fun when I got older. So I did some in middle school, and I did even more in high school, and I really grew to love it. We're going to preview. I'm going to talk about the read-through of the script, character development, blocking, and then finally performing. All right, before we get started, I'm going to talk to you about some terminology. There's theater that is spelled in the Old English R-E. That is different from the theater that is spelled E-R, similar to how capital is different from capital. The R-E is the actual art form, and the E-R is the actual building. Actor is in reference to both male and females. The director is basically the guy in charge who is running the ship. And the cast is the other actors that you are involved with. All right, the read-through is basically a reading of the script out loud with all of the cast. You work on articulation, which is the adjustment and movement of the speech, or basically it is pronunciation. So making sure that you pronounce everything correctly. And emphasis, which is stresses on particular words that, we do every day, but when you're acting, you have to make sure that you stress the important word in the sentence. For example, I never said she stole my money. You can stress each word in that sentence, and it will sound differently. For example, I never said she stole my money is different than I never said she stole my money, which is different than I never said she stole my money. 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 See, if you stress I and never in the sentence, it sounds more like an accusatory and authoritative sort of character. Whereas if you stress the other words in the sentence, it sounds more like you're trying to, like an innocent sort of, kind of like a person who's very clever, who tried to pull a fast one on the cops. Character development. Before anything else, an actor needs to know the very part of their character. Every single part of the character you need to know about. You need to know about their family, their friends, who they like, who they dislike, what they like, and what they dislike. You need to put yourself in the mindset of your character and view the entire play or musical from the point of view of that character, because you are going to actually become them. Now, what if you're just a background chorus person who doesn't have any lines at all? You just either stand there or you just sing and dance in the background. Well, then you get to be creative. You get to make things up. As long as it goes along with the story, it's okay. In order for the audience to believe that it's real, you have to believe that it is real yourself. Blocking. Blocking is basically where you move on the stage. Stage directions are very similar to regular directions. If it is the point of view of the actor which direction is which. So if your director says, go stage right, and I'm on the stage, that would be my right. So I would go this way. If he says, go stage left, I would go this way. If he says, go downstage, that means go to the front. You see, because how ancient stages used to work is they were at an angle. So the back of the stage was actually tilted up so that the audience could see the whole stage. So if you go downstage, you go to the front. If you go upstage, you go to the back. Now in acting, you don't have the luxury of micro-expressions. Now for those of you who don't know what that means, it is the small little remarks that you make on your face in order to display your emotions. So if someone says something that you think is a little strange, you kind of wince a little bit, but you can't really just settle for that when you're acting. You have to use your whole body. For instance, if I'm trying to pretend that I'm nervous, like I just stole something, am I just going to stand there and kind of look around with my eyes and the audience is going to know that I'm nervous? No, they're not going to understand that. So you have to use your whole body. You have to kind of move around, pace, move your eyes and your head, and get your whole body into it in order for the audience to actually see that you're physically nervous. Everything has to be big. So a rule of thumb is do what feels natural and then intensify it. So if you feel it's natural to pace back and forth, okay? Pacing back and forth. Then add gestures with your arms to intensify it. Like say you're really angry and you're just pacing back and forth, and move your arms to really express that you're angry. The next point is have confidence. Yeah, easier said than done. I realize that. A lot of people can be very critical, especially actors. Don't worry about what they say, because their opinion really doesn't matter. In all actuality, two actors do not perform exactly the same. Different actors perform differently. For example, when I was in high school, we did several plays that were double casted, which means that two people play the same part. My performance was very different from my counterpart, who played the exact same person, because we're different people. Always be open to the audience. Basically, that means make sure the audience can see your face. So if I'm talking to someone in a scene here, I don't want to be profiled so that the audience can't see my face. I want to kind of angle out so that they can see my front, but they know that I'm talking to that person. And then, the performance. What you look for your whole life. The moment where you can show the audience everything you got. You can become the person that you worked so hard to be. Just as a review, we have the read-through, which you read the script with the cast. You have your character development, which you become the character, you figure out what they are and what they're supposed to do. Then you go to blocking, and your director tells you where to be and when, and then you get to perform. Thank you.